A new scientific truth does not triumph by convincing its opponents and making them see the light, but rather because its opponents eventually die and a new generation grows up that is familiar with it. Max Planck. Good gaming, guys, and welcome to War Crippled on the Space Lizards channel. I am Jake, and I'm glad that y'all returned. If you did, if this is your first time seeing this channel and this is the first video, please refer to the link to the description below. There's a link to my first video, and you can start from there. It tells you all the settings of this world and all the mods. All the mods will also be in the description below. Please leave a like and subscribe. Really helps me and the channel out, and it makes it so that I know that my viewers, what few of you there may be at this moment, are watching. Please leave a comment if there's something you would like me to do, change, see, something that you would like to see, rather. And let's get started. Well, that's not good. Seems I will have to start differently. Interesting. Well, this is our starting off world. Looks like we will be in an asteroid, as expected. Crashed red ship. If you watched the previous video. If you haven't, I encourage you to go into the description below and use the link to that video. It's down there. I made sure of that. But if you would like to just watch this video and not worry about it, hey, that's up to you. So we're gonna start off. I'm gonna collect all the stuff that that went flying from the. For those of you who don't know, the big red ship. Since the recent updates, anyways, right here where these two pipes look like they should be connected. Well, technically they should be connected. There's a large cargo container that's here. Well, the latest update of the latest update, when you spawn in a new crashed ship world, that large cargo container is destroyed and stuff goes flying. See, like these small steel tubes, the large steel tubes I picked up earlier, the construction components, and other such things. So I think the first order of business, after collecting all this stuff, that floating debris, the first order of business is probably getting the ship away from the asteroid. I don't know how well that's gonna work. Always does that for me. I don't know why. I don't know how well it'll work. Normally, I just leave the ship on the asteroid and tear it apart. But I think for this, I will start with taking the ship away from the asteroid. We will begin the actual roleplay here in a little bit. I just wanted to get this started and pick up the debris. Oh, detector components. Parts are flying everywhere. I might be picking some up and not even realizing that, thinking they were part of the ship later. Who knows? Oh, I bumped something. Oh, part of the ship that has been detached. Let's go ahead and tear that down real quick. Okay, we'll repair this first. There we go. Now I can see where the box is, and let's repair this as well. Let's see where the different boxes are. There we go. Now, in retrospect, I should have left this out here for roleplay purposes, but I'm moving the ship anyways, so there's no real point. Yes, this is the Crippled server, and this is what I call Crippled. I have come up with a backstory, assuming this doesn't kill me. There's a glitch with the doors. Sometimes you get stuck on the way in with your jetpack, and I just do this. That normally gets me in. No? Wow. Because I'm taking the door down. Let's see, let me close it and open it. Let's see if that works. No. Okay, well, seems to be a slight glitch with the door. So we'll tear this apart mostly and continue from there. That should work. That should let me through. Yes, okay, perfect. Alright, we'll put this back together. So, first order of business is to move everything away from... Oops, no. Set it to me. Move everything away from the asteroid. Oh, we need to close this because we'll depressurize the room. We're still going to depressurize the room because there's no oxygen in here. But we're going to depressurize the rest of the room if we close that door. And there will be oxygen. So we can take our helmet off. Oh, we can't take the jetpack off. That's right, no gravity. Yeah, we'll close that door. Eventually, I will be putting a secondary door here as a small airlock. Maybe something over there over it to block it and make it an airlock. But that's to come. We're not really worried about that at the moment. Just as a precaution for the airlock and whatnot. Let's see, we got oxygen in here. We've got this air vent right here. The oxygen tank is full. This is the large reactor. One of the 3 large reactors that come on the large ship. Third person is disabled, so I'm going to have to do this very carefully. Alright, that should be far enough back. Hopefully. Okay, that being said, depending on what this asteroid has, I might have uranium on here, or I might not. It's very possible that I do not have uranium, in which case I will not be able to, what's the word I'm looking for, stay on this asteroid. At the same time, oops, almost forgot to put my helmet back on. Or did forget to put my helmet back on, but almost forgot to put it on when I shut the door. Yeah. Okay, so, oh yes, we're plenty of we've got plenty of distance. I'm going to, at some point, look through the rock, or around the rock, and find some uranium, if I can. Looks like we have silver, or silicon. Not quite sure, without my, get my drill out. This is, well, there's iron, silicon. Okay, so it's silicon. We've got some silicon here. We got iron, of course. Iron is always on, almost always on asteroids. Some asteroids do come with, wow, there's a lot of silicon. Well, we won't run out of computers. That's for sure. In fact, I think we might stay here just because of all the silicon that we have. And we'll just have to find an asteroid with, oh, we got some gold over here, too. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Ooh, that's a large vein of gold. Okay. So we'll just have to find an asteroid with uranium. Mostly I'll probably use solar power for the time being. As long as I don't move the ship, we should be fine. So, that being said, let's get started. First things first, we're going to repair this. I know I said this would be a role play, but it looks like more like I'm going to do a let's play on this one, and do a role play on another time. It's excuse me. It's easier to do role play when you've got multiple people, and you have stuff that you can talk about for the role play. It's easier that way. So that being said, looks like I'll just do a let's play on this one, and I do apologize for the misinformation that I gave on the first video, and the misinformation that I gave just a few minutes ago when I said it would be a role play. It's not going to be, but it is going to be a decent series, and you get to watch. This will be mostly unedited, mostly. I might, if I get to a point where I start to focus and I just start grinding and just doing a bunch of stuff, I'll do a speed with that. But other than that, it's or times 2 or times 3 or whatever, and then get to where I'm actually talking again. Now, you probably don't want to see all this. This is kind of boring. I'm just fixing this up so I know where all the framing is going to be, so I know where I'm cutting when I do finally grind it off. So now that we've got the ship away from the asteroid, and I've got this framing up here, right here, done, I'm going to, we have a small cargo container up here on the side, so we're going to drop this stuff off in here. For those who don't know, the settings, if you didn't watch the first video, the settings are set to times 10 on the inventory size, so you get 4,000 liters of space with that. And so it, interesting. With that being said, you get 4,000 liters of space, so it does come in handy to have that much, because it makes it much easier to, wow, we put a dent in that asteroid. It makes excuse me. It makes it much easier to continue for longer periods of time with grinding and welding, because you don't have to worry about the accidental, well, you don't have to worry as much about the accidental grinding something down and then not having the room, and all the pieces going everywhere. You also don't have to worry as much about the you also don't have to worry about too much about about making runs to and from the cargo container as often. The cargo container being up there at the moment is going to be changed. We're going to put a station on the asteroid. And since the sun started off over in that direction, I assume that any incoming meteors, when I do eventually turn them on, will be coming from that direction. So I'm going to put the station on the side and make my defenses after I tear this apart. Yes, I'm going to tear this apart first. I'm going to make the... I'm going to build the... See, if I was grinding, I would have tried to grind all that, and it ended up here. So, I'm going to build the... Wow, this is a mess. I'm sorry, guys, this is a mess. This is quite a bit of a mess. But as I was saying, I'm going to make the station as I tear this apart. The first thing I'm going to do is get it just laid out. Get the general layout of the station. I'm going to get the general layout of the station set up in voxels. And momentary lag. I do apologize, my computer is not the best, so if I do lag while I'm playing the game, I wish there was something else I could do to help with that, but there's really not. It's just how computers work nowadays. Well, any time, I guess. I guess technically it would have been like that in the past as well, if not worse. Oh, gold ore. No, golden god. Ooh, great. And lag again, so I do apologize ahead of time for all the lag. I am mostly getting up to about 30 frames, which is amazing, actually, I have to say. So when it does momentarily go down to like 13 and 17 and whatnot, it is, I do apologize for that. There's another game, or another world that I'm playing with a friend, and not freezed, and if you watch the other video, that's the other guy that I'll be doing the roleplay with in sometime around September. But there's a world that I'm doing with another friend, that because of random encounters, we have one giant ship next to the red ship, because I died, and the random encounter actually saved my life. So we have one large ship next to the big red ship, and the frames are down to like 12 in certain areas where the two ships are the closest, and it's quite terrible. But as some people may know from experience playing the game, the more ships that you see in the background, like that mining transport there, the more cargo ships you see flying around, the smaller your frames are going to be, more than likely. For instance, in that other world that I was talking about, we have 3 or 4 different cargo ships flying around, just because it happened to be that we had that many, and it's quite awful in the amount of frames that we have jumped down to like 12. At one point I got like 6 frames per second, and that was awful. But that was because of an explosion. That wasn't because of the cargo ships. Well, it was partially because of the cargo ships, partially because of an explosion that happened in base. And we're jumping down to like 13, 14 frames right now. I don't know why. We just are. So we're gonna work on that as well. Oh, energy. Energy. Yes. Some people, when I post this, will be screaming in the comments, if you leave a comment, that my energy is low, and pay attention to the energy, and whatnot. Um, we always do that. Space engineers, it's really hard sometimes to pay attention to the energy. You're just trying to do stuff, and you're not thinking about what's going on in your energy or character, and it's awful. We do it all the time, um, my friends and I. So we've actually had a couple times when we've almost died because of it. It's quite awful. Alright, so energy is filled. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some oxygen bottles, because I noticed that my oxygen is getting kind of low. The oxygen bottles refill your oxygen at 30% oxygen. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the air vent, and actually I'm going to grind it down. As much as I hate wasting this oxygen, we're going to vent the room. And I'm getting 10, 13 frames while I'm doing this. This is quite awful. Yes. Okay, so I'm getting quite terrible frames while I'm grinding. Must be the effects. So I do apologize in advance for that. It also might be something that's trying to happen in the background on my computer, which is also very possible. So I will look at that here in a little bit when this video is over. We're also going to take down this door. Like I said, we're going to vent the room, and we're just going to use oxygen bottles from this point on. These doors, I don't know why, even as the owner, these doors take ages to grind down. So, I do apologize for that as well. I'm actually getting decent frames at the moment, so. Ah yes, once you get past the interior plates, it's pretty much quick going from there. Until you reach the construction components and interior plates at the bottom. And it goes back to slow. There we go. That's one door down. Okay, on to the next. So this one's mostly taken apart anyways, so we'll just finish. And there goes the air in a few minutes. Oh, that's an... Oh, there it goes. Okay. I was grinding it. That's why. That's interesting. Must be a glitch. Okay, well, once this door is completely taken down, we will no longer have oxygen and probably end up flying because of the pressure. Yep, there it goes. That was a slight glitch. Okay, well, doors are taken down. Well, the first thing I think I'm going to do, first I'm going to take that out. I'm actually going to put my mining tool, my drill here, into the cargo container. Then I'm going to come over here, and that's one thing I don't see. Oh, there's ice right there. Okay, so I do see ice. And we will make our base right here. I'll just put my GPS, new from current. I'll make this home. There we go. Now, So this is home. Home is here. So we're going to make a base. Oops. That's right, you gotta start. New station. Okay. We're gonna make it so that it is on the grid instead of the other way, because I don't know if it's a glitch, but something I noticed in one of my solo worlds is if you bumped the station that wasn't on a grid, it would start floating away. So that being said, this station will not start floating away, so we don't have to worry about that. Second thing we want to build on the station is a small cargo container, and then we're going to put a small reactor. After the small reactor, we will put, well, we have armor blocks. Let's go with the light slope, light armor slope. So after the small reactor, we will put, I think that's pretty much all we're going to do from there. So, first things first, let's set this up so that I can put the... I know you see the hints up in the top right. I have that so that I can remember it, because sometimes I forget the turning, and it's even with the hints, it's difficult. So we want this facing upright. There we go. Facing upright. Okay. And then we want the small reactor to be plugged in, and it's gonna have to go on its side. Nothing we can do about that. Okay, we're gonna put this together and finish building up this. Now, one mod I will be adding, because I just saw it in the workshop, it looks great. I'm not gonna be coloring anything. One mod I will be adding is the, there's a paint, almost like a paintbrush mod. It looks amazing, so that's one mod I will definitely be adding. I will probably add that between now and the next video. Well, between this video and the next video. I'm going to put out 3 or 4 videos, by next Tuesday. Maybe. I might not put out that many. I might not be able to put out that many, but I will try and put out at least 2 or 3 more videos by next Tuesday, just to get the series started, and then from there it'll be pretty much weekly. We don't have interior plates. Okay, well, none of this is needed on that. I do need this, and reactor components will have to come from one of the large reactors. There it is. Even with, that's why I put that there and made the GPS before I made the station, because the GPS tells me where the station is. Large. Okay, now we just need reactor components, and for this we need interior plates, so I know exactly where to get those from. There's, I think 3 places you can get interior plates from. The first is obviously these interior wall pieces. You can get some interior plates from these ramps. You get a ton of interior plates from the ramps, so that's where I'm going to get them from. You also get some construction components, which is great. This also, taking out these ramps will also lower the poly count, which will help with frame rate and just general performance. So, that being said, we're going to finish off this cargo container here. We're only going to need the 1 cargo container for now, because of inventory size being as large as it is. And we'll move everything from the other cargo container over after I go get some energy. Yes, y'all are probably still going to yell at me saying, you know, watch your energy, watch your energy. I do apologize. I'm not a big person on watching energy. If I see red, sometimes I just ignore red for some reason. I have no idea why, but for some reason sometimes I just ignore red. Recharge. There we go. Alright, so recharged, and now my frames are down. It's got to be something that my computer's doing in the background, so I will look at that when this video is over, after I've posted it or whatever. This is done. Yes, this is done. Okay, so I'll drop off the rest of this.
Energy
there.
low.
Oh yes, my oxygen has already been refilled. Okay. One thing I do wish they would do is make it so that you have a vocal warning about your oxygen being low at some point or another, because I don't think they have a vocal warning, or I haven't seen one. So let's see.
Halagam entered channel.
Almost had it all. Okay, almost. But almost only counts the horseshoes and hand grenades. If you don't understand that saying, don't worry, it took me a while to. Horseshoes is a game, and if you almost hit, you throw a horseshoe and you have to get it around this pole. If you almost get it on, like if you hit the pole but you don't quite get it around the pole, you get points, and thus it's an almost. They're called almost points, I believe. And hand grenades, if you throw a hand grenade and you don't hit your target immediately, you're probably still gonna hit your target, because hand grenades have a rather large radius of fire. So for those who may not understand that saying, hopefully you do now. I'm going to take these out because they'll start floating if I take out that conveyor, because conveyor tubes do not connect the same way the rest of the blocks do, so they don't stick to the ships. So they will disconnect from the ship if you disconnect them from whatever they're attached to, i.e. the conveyor in this case. In another case, it's one of the reactors, and it's, yeah. There we go. Okay, so that's all taken care of. So all our storage will be over here. I really do like that particle effect when you reach 10 meters per second. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so alright guys, I think that we're gonna call it for today. That's it for this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. It'll really help the channel out, especially since it's a very new channel. Also, tell me if there's something specific you want to see. I said in my last video, I'm not very artistic, so if you want me to make an X-Wing, I can't guarantee anything, but I'll do my best. That's just an example.
Laptop.
I hope to see you next time. Good gaming, guys. And thank you for watching.
Move to Guns of Icarus. Halagam moved to Awesome Enix. Halagam entered channel.